Okay, so welcome to my class, and these are my class rules. Han, please can you read out the class rules to everybody?
Yes, Miss Rachel class rule. Number 1. Speak loudly and clearly. Number 2. Raise your hand to speak. Number 3. Listen carefully. Number 4. Speak English. And number 5. Try your best.
Good girl, thank you, Han. Well done. So let's try and abide by all of these rules, as we usually do. Okay, guys, today it is time for movie study. Now, did everybody watch part 5 last night?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So we have watched the whole movie? Yeah. Good job. So we watched the whole movie. Now we've come to the end of the movie. So let's just have a look at our homework before we start talking about part 5. Okay, guys, let's get started with part 5. Part 5 is called The Reunion because Marlin and Nemo finally reunite in the end. So let's just go through the timeline to refresh our memory of what happened. Who can tell me what this is? Okay, Pat, go ahead.
It's a new water filter.
Good job.
And
It's a
hard
new
to
water
get
filter.
clogged.
And what?
It's harder to get clogged than the other one.
Very good. It's harder to get clogged. It's electric. So it's very hard to get clogged. There is no way that the fish from the tank gang can throw a pebble in here and stop it from working. So it causes a big problem. Now let's have a look at our timeline. Okay, what is the first thing that happens? What is happening here? What can you see happening? I can see a hand and a net with lots of fish in it. What's going on here? Joey.
Philip Sherman take them out to put the new water mill in.
So not quite. Philip Sherman, the dentist, was trying to get only one fish. He wanted to get
He tried to get Nemo out for his niece Darla.
Very good. Well done. But what did the fish do? Why are there so many fish in the net?
They all swim into the net and swim down so Nemo don't get catch.
Very good. Doesn't get caught. Well done, Joey. So, Philip Sherman, the dentist, tries to get Nemo out to gift him to Darla, his niece, for her birthday. But the fish are very quick thinking. They all swim into the net and say, swim down, swim down. But unfortunately, this does not work as the dentist is able to get Nemo into a plastic bag. So the first thing that happened is the tank got cleaned at night. The tank gang tried to save Nemo from the dentist. Now, what did Nemo do when Philip Sherman put him in a plastic bag? Billy.
Nemo played dead.
Very good. So Nemo was really smart and he played dead. Why did he do this, Billy?
He do this so the dentist could put him in the toilet and flush it away.
Very good. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
But unfortunately, the dentist nearly put the paper rack into the dustbin.
Very good. He almost put the bag into the dustbin, which would have been a huge problem for Nemo. Well done. So when the dentist was about to give Darla her present, Nemo was very smart and he played dead. But it was just a joke. He wasn't actually dead. He was doing this so he would get flushed down the toilet. Then what happens? Who is this bird and who is this fish in his mouth? Lucy.
The bird was Nigel, and the fish in his mouth was Marlin, coming to save Nemo.
Very good. Well done. So this is Nigel, who is a pelican, and Marlin is Nemo's dad, and he is in his mouth because Nigel is trying to help Marlin get back to Nemo. Now let's talk about Dory and Marlin in the harbor. When Marlin and Dory first get to the harbor, they face a problem. What is that problem? Can anyone remember? before Nigel has him in his mouth, who else has them in their mouth? Pat.
Another bird.
Very good. Another bird. What is
And
the
then
other?
they got chased by a bunch of other birds.
Very good. Who is the other bird? Okay, Thailam, can you tell me what kind of bird it is?
It's a pelican.
Good job, Thailam. It's a pelican. So when they first get to a harbor, the other pelican tries to eat Marlin and Dory. But what do? Winter, how does Marlin react when he is in the throat of the other pelican?
Marlin and Dory just try to get out. They don't want to be the breakfast of Geralt.
Very good. Well done. Perfect. Well done, Winter. Okay, so instead of being scared and panicked, Marlin says, "No, I have come too far to be breakfast this morning." So then he holds on to the pelican's throat, and the pelican starts to choke. That's when Nigel comes in to help. Well done, guys. So Marlin saw Nemo and he thought he was dead. So how did Marlin react when Marlin saw Nemo upside down in a bag? How did that make Marlin feel? Cherry.
It made Marlin feel sad. He
Very,
thought it was over and Nemo was dead.
very
And
good.
he had lost everything.
Very good. Well done. He thought it was over. He thought that all of his hard work had been for nothing. When he saw Nemo looking like that, of course he thought that Nemo was dead. Good girl. Okay, and then when they get out and Nigel drops them back in the water, how does Dory react? Marlin tells her that he's going to leave, and how does Dory react? Trixie.
That makes Dory sad.
Very good, well done. It makes Dory feel very sad. In fact, Dory gets so upset that she starts to cry. She doesn't want Marlin to leave because she said that he feels like home. Okay, so they've obviously grown into such a good relationship that when Dory feels like she looks at Marlin, she feels like she's at home. She even says that he helps her remember things. Okay, so Marlin is devastated. He is so incredibly sad. He thanks Dory for her help and swims off by himself. Then what happens? Who does Dory bump into? Katie, who does Dory find?
Dory finds Nemo.
Good girl. Perfect work. Dory finds Nemo. Nemo bumps into Dory. Nemo is looking for who? When Nemo comes out from the toilet, who is he looking for? Sorry, not the toilet, the sink. When Nemo gets out from the sink into the water, who is he looking for? Thailam.
Looking for his dad.
Good job. He's looking for his dad. He finds Dory. Dory is very confused and very upset. She's swimming round in circles round a chain. And she says she thinks that she's looking for someone, but she can't remember. And Nemo says, "Don't worry, we can look together." So they start looking together. Okay, so when Dory saw Nemo, she suddenly remembered everything, and it was a miracle. She looks at a sign that says Sydney. When she reads the sign Sydney, she remembers everything. It all comes back to her, and it's a miracle. She knows exactly who Nemo is, and she takes him back to his dad. So here we can see Marlin and Nemo are reunited. So Dory took Nemo to Marlin, and they were so happy to see each other. Then what happened? We had one more problem at the end. What was the problem that happened at the end? Pat.
Nemo got caught with the other fish in the big net. But then he told everyone to swim downwards.
Good.
Like the test dragon did.
So it wasn't Nemo who got stuck in the net. Can you remember who it was?
Marlin?
Not Marlin. Who can remember what fish got stuck in the net? Lucy.
Miss Dory.
Very good. It was Dory. Good girl. So Dory gets stuck in the net, and then Nemo comes up with a plan to help Dory. What is Nemo's plan to help Dory? Nemo has a really clever idea on how to help Dory and how to help the other fish. What is the plan? Rosie.
Nemo remembered the problem with the tank gang, and they tell Dory to tell all the fish to swim down so the net could be pulled down, so like the string would like it break, and all the fish were free.
Good girl. Well done. All the fish will be free. Well done, Rosie. So Nemo thinks of this plan. The plan is from his friends in the tank gang. When they help him, they tell everyone to swim down, and it does work. Now, have a look at this picture. This is Marlin holding on to Nemo's fin. What does Marlin do here? When Nemo wants to swim up to help everyone, how does it make Marlin feel? Kimmy.
Marlin feel worried.
Very good. He feels worried. He says, "No, I cannot lose you again." And what does Nemo say? How does Nemo react to that? Billy?
Nemo said, I can do it.
Very good. Well done. Nemo says, "I can do it, Dad. It's the only way to help Dory." And Marlin looks at him and he said, "You know what? You can do it." What does this tell us about Marlin and Nemo's relationship? Joey?
Their relationship is better.
Good job. Their relationship is better. Well done, Joey, because Marlin is not as overprotective anymore. Good job. Okay, so Dory got stuck in a fishing net. Nemo was smart and brave. He told all the fish to swim down. Marlin was scared he would lose Nemo again, but he trusted him and let go. Then everyone keeps swimming down and they are able to save everyone. At the end, it looked like Nemo got hurt, but he was okay. Finally, we go back to the reef. What happens at the end back at the reef? The very, very ending of the movie. What happens? So we go back to the reef with all the corals and all the other characters from the start. What happens? Who can tell me about Marlin and Nemo's relationship? Trixie.
They started to trust each other and love each other more.
Very good. Well done, Trixie. Amazing. Good girl. Okay, so they started to love each other and trust each other more. So Nemo's relationship with Marlin has improved significantly. Marlin isn't as overprotective and trusts Nemo can take care of himself. Nemo rushes back to tell his dad he loves him before going to school. This is a huge difference compared to at the beginning when Nemo was angry and always said that he hated his dad. So it's a very happy ending for all. Now, what I want to do is I want to have a look at Nemo and the Tank Gang's relationship. How do we find that their relationship is at the end? Is it good or bad, and why do we think that? Kimmy?
I think it is good.
Good girl. Can you tell me why you think it's good? What is something that happened in part 5 that tells you they have a good relationship?
All the tank gang have a plan to save Nemo.
Good girl. The Tank Gang have a plan to save Nemo, and they consistently help him throughout the movie, trying to let him get back out of the tank. Okay, so we know they have a great relationship. What does this mean? Gil even risks his life to save Nemo. What does that mean? What part is that talking about? Winter.
He doesn't want Nemo to die.
Very good. He doesn't want Nemo to die. So he goes into the volcano, gets shot out to cause a distraction. He even goes onto Darla's head and is flopping around. And the dentist thinks that all the animals have gone crazy. Then he lands on a tray with some dentistry tools and helps flip Nemo into the sink. So Gil risks his own life to save Nemo. So this shows that he does really care about him. Okay, Marlin and Dory. At the end of the movie, what is their relationship like? Good or bad? Everyone shout it out.
Good.
Good. Very good. They have a good relationship. Why? Who can explain why they have a good relationship at the end? Hacker.
Because Dory helped Marlin found Nemo.
Very good. During the whole movie, Dory is always very helpful of Marlin, and Marlin grows as a character. We see him change from an angry, upset character to a more trusting and happy character. Well done. Okay, so during the movie, Marlin would get frustrated and angry with Dory, but by the end, they have become really good friends. He's much more trusting and much more relaxed. Well done. Okay, Nemo and Dory, what do we think about their relationship? Do they have a good relationship or a bad relationship? Everyone shout it out.
Good.
Good. Well done. They have a really good relationship. When they first meet each other, they don't know each other. But soon, Dory remembers everything and she is able to reunite Nemo with his father. Nemo and Dory have a good relationship. She remembers everything when she saw the tube that said Sydney, and she is determined to reunite them together. She is so determined to do this that when she asks a crab for help, and he says, "Yeah, I saw your dad, but I'm not going to tell you anything," Dory gets angry and even threatens to give the crab to the seagulls to eat it. So she becomes very determined, and then Nemo is determined to save her when she gets into trouble. So we can see they have a good relationship. Now, who can explain to me, how has the relationship changed between Marlin and Nemo? How has it changed? At the beginning, Marlin was so overprotective of Nemo and wouldn't ever let him do anything by himself. But as the movie goes on, and in the end, how does Marlin act with Nemo? Does he act overprotective and worried and scared? What do we think? Kimmy, what do you think?
I think Marlin don't overprotective.
Good girl, Marlin.
Nemo.
Good girl. Marlin is no longer overprotective of Nemo. Marlin has gotten to a place where he understands that Nemo has to be able to do things by himself and that he trusts Nemo. He now trusts Nemo to make his own decisions and that he will look after himself. So their relationship has changed drastically. Okay, the last thing we're going to look at today is an identity timeline. An identity timeline shows us how a character changes during the course of the movie, from the beginning to the end. Now have a look at these, okay? Each of these color blocks represent one answer: afraid and nervous, trusting, loving and playful, overprotective and cautious, less protective, carefree, annoyed, frustrated, and untrusting. Now, these are all adjectives to describe Marlin, and I want you to help me put them in order. Which color and which word or two words or three words do you think should be number one? How do you think Marlin is at the very beginning of the movie? Is he afraid and nervous? Is he trusting? Is he loving and playful? Is he overprotective and cautious? What do we think? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick two people to answer. I'm going to pick a girl and a boy, and I want you to shout out the answer on the count of three, and the first person to shout out the right answer wins. Okay, let's go for Pat and Cherry. Okay, on the count of three, shout out your answer. 1, 2, 3.
Annoyed, frustrated, untrusting.
Oh, okay, so we have different answers. We have different answers, but the winner was Pat. At the very beginning of the movie, Marlin is loving and playful. He's with his wife, Coral, and he's joking around, and he's very loving of her and very playful, okay? Okay, guys, so this is the identity timeline for Marlin. In the beginning, he is playful and happy with his wife. Then, after Nemo is the only son that he has left, he becomes overprotective and cautious. When Nemo goes missing, he is afraid and nervous. When he meets Dory, he becomes annoyed, frustrated, and untrusting because Dory has some problems. But after a while of knowing Dory and going through lots of different things, he begins to trust Dory. And in the end, he is carefree and less protective. Now, for homework, I want you to create your own identity timeline for Nemo. On page number 60, you have a character's timeline. And what I want you to do is I want you to make an identity timeline for Nemo and an identity timeline for a character of your choice. So for homework today, you do 2 identity timelines, one for Nemo and one for a character of your choice. So make sure that you pick a character that you know an awful lot about. It could be Dory, or maybe you could do Bruce and Anchor and Chum. It's up to you. Okay, guys, do I have any questions about the homework? Fabulous. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye.